Did price controls cause the Venezuelan crisis? Have you ever wondered how a country rich in resources can face such dire economic challenges? The Venezuelan economic crisis is a prime example, and price controls play a role in this story. But did they cause the crisis? Let's break it down. In the early 2000s, Venezuela introduced price controls to make basic goods more affordable. The government set fixed prices on staple foods and other essentials. This was meant to protect consumers, but it had unintended consequences. By enforcing these low prices, the government effectively discouraged producers and importers from supplying these goods. When businesses cannot make a profit, they stop producing, leading to shortages. As a result, many Venezuelans found themselves facing empty shelves and limited access to food and other necessities. But price controls were just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Venezuela's economy heavily relied on oil revenues, which funded government spending. When oil prices dropped significantly around 2014, the country lost its main source of income. Instead of cutting back on spending, the government chose to print more money to cover its budget. This decision triggered hyperinflation, with rates soaring into the thousands of percent annually. As inflation skyrocketed, the purchasing power of the Venezuelan currency plummeted. People struggled to afford basic items, and the economy began to spiral out of control. In addition to price controls and falling oil revenues, other factors contributed to the crisis. Political corruption and mismanagement of resources played a significant role. The government failed to maintain the oil production infrastructure, leading to a decline in output. This mismanagement worsened the fiscal crisis and contributed to a humanitarian disaster. Health care and access to medicine became critical issues as shortages grew. Rising crime rates and mortality rates added to the challenges faced by the population. The combination of these pressures led to massive emigration, with many Venezuelans leaving the country in search of better opportunities. From a perspective on communism, price controls are often seen as a way to protect the working class from exploitation. However, in Venezuela, the lack of adequate supply-side measures and the impact of external shocks like falling oil prices created a perfect storm of economic failure. In summary, while price controls did contribute to shortages and economic instability, they were not the sole cause of the Venezuelan crisis. The collapse stemmed from a mix of falling oil revenues, excessive money printing, political mismanagement, and structural weaknesses in the economy. Price controls were just one factor in a broader set of issues that led to the severe economic and humanitarian crisis experienced in Venezuela.